Good morning and welcome to Sunday School. Today we're thinking all about being faithful. But what does being faithful mean? To help, I've written a handy definition for Ruth to try and solve. There you go, Ruth.
Okay, thank
Does that
you.
tell you about being faithful?
Oh, it's a little bit tricky. There's some words missing, and I've got some pictures instead of some words, so I'm not really sure what that says.
All right, to help Ruth out, I've got a key here. So each one of those shapes has got a letter that goes with it. See if you can help us work out what it says.
Okay, so we've got someone who is faithful is, and then I've got a yellow star.
Yellow star. So yellow star is an
S.
S.
So let me write that in. So someone who is faithful is, not quite sure. Right, yellow thumbs up. Ooh,
Is
U.
a U. So S.
Someone
U.
who is faithful is, I'm not sure what that word might be. Oh, a red person. R. And a blue hand, that's an E. Okay. We'll see if you can read that. Someone who is faithful is sure to... Oh, we need to crack this code, another word we can't quite work out. So we've got S, yellow heart is a T, blue star, A, yellow person, Y, stay. Someone who is faithful is sure to stay with... Oh, I wonder if you can guess what that word might be. I think I might have an idea of what it might be. Y. Green heart, is it an O? Oh, it is. And I think the next one must be a U. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
right. Beeper. Someone who is faithful is sure to stay with you.
Ah, great start. There's another one as well.
Oh, another one.
Keeping her busy this morning.
The person can be... Oh, we've got a long word to crack here. Let's see. Okay, yellow heart. T.
T.
Green person. R. U. S. We have T. O. E. D. Ah, trusted. I wonder what that word was going to be then. The person can be trusted to keep. I wonder what this might be. The person can be trusted to keep. What might they be trusted
What will
to
a faithful person keep? Let's find out. What's your
Let's
first
see.
one?
Oh, it starts with a P.
Ooh. We'll keep pigeons. Unlikely.
Prom. I wonder if you can work out what that might be. The person can be trusted to keep prom. Let's see.
Let's check the end of it.
I-S-E-S. Promises. The person can be trusted to keep promises.
Brilliant. So that's what being faithful is. Being sure to stay with someone and keeping the promises that you make. So how can we be faithful to our friends? Let's have a think.
I guess just like that we can keep promises to them, can't we? If we make a promise to them, we can keep that promise.
Yeah.
That's one way we can be faithful.
We can be faithful to our friends by sticking up for them. If they're going through something tough, we can be on their team. We can stand up for them. That's another way to be faithful.
Maybe choosing to spend time with them, choosing to spend some of your time playing with them, having lots of fun together. Yeah, that's a good way.
Loads of ways to be faithful. And in today's Bible story, we're going to learn about two women who were faithful, because we should be faithful to God and to other people.
Naomi grew up in the Promised Land, which was also called Israel, but now she lived far away. She had a husband and 2 sons. Ruth was married to one of the sons. Then something sad happened. Naomi's husband and sons died. Not long after that, Naomi decided to go back to her homeland. Naomi told Ruth to return to her parents, but Ruth did not want to leave her. She loved Naomi so much. "I will go wherever you go," Ruth said. "Your home will be my home, your God will be my God." So Ruth went with Naomi to Israel. They needed food to eat, so each day Ruth gathered leftover grain from the fields. A good man named Boaz owned the land. One day he saw Ruth in the field. He wanted to help her, so he left extra grain for Ruth to gather. Boaz fell in love with Ruth. They got married and had a baby boy named Obed. God had blessed Ruth and Grandma Naomi with a brand new family.
Okay, let's see what you've remembered from that story. We've got a little quiz for you and I've got 2 possible answers. See if you can work out which answer is right. Ruth and somebody lived with Naomi in Moab. Was it Ruth and Orpah or Ruth and Susie? Who do you think it was? It was Ruth and Orpah, wasn't it? Naomi wanted to return to London or Judah? What do you think? It was Judah. Somebody went with Naomi to Judah. Was it Ruth or Maria? It was Ruth. Ruth worked in the fields to gather pizza or barley under the grain. I think it was barley under the grain, wasn't it? Ruth worked every day picking up barley under the grain. Did she work hard every day or did she work slowly every day? I think she probably worked very hard every day. Then who owned the field? Someone owned the field and was kind to Ruth. Was it Tom or was it Boaz? It was Boaz, wasn't it? Naomi and Ruth were faithful to each other and to God, and God showed his faithfulness to them by giving them everything that they needed. We should also be faithful to God and to others too. We have learned that someone who is faithful is the person who stays with you. The person can be trusted to keep their promises. So let's think of some ways that we can be faithful to others. So Jenny, how do you think two school friends could be faithful to each other? What could they do to show that they're faithful to each other?
Let me see. I think we said at the start that they could choose to spend time together. So it might be choosing to play together at playtime. It might be choosing to meet up and walk home after school if you go the same way. Perhaps if you're stuck with some of your schoolwork, you could help each other. You could read your reading books to each other. You might even be able to practice your spellings with each other. They're all really good ways you could help each other and show that you're being faithful friends. What do you reckon?
Great idea. That's really good. What about a child and a pet? What about if you have a pet? How could you show you're faithful to your pet? What could you do to help your pet?
I think if you're being faithful, you will give them what they need. So if it's a pet, depending on what sort of pet you've got, your pet will most probably need food, water. Some pets need exercise, like if you've got a dog, you might take them for a walk. If you've got a fish, don't try that, they won't enjoy it. If they get poorly, you need to be faithful to take them straight to the vet, so you can help them to get better again. Most pets need playing with. So yeah, I think there are all different ways that you could be faithful to look after your pet.
Definitely. So we please God when we are faithful to him, and it's fun to have faithful friends. We should be faithful to God and to others. So we've learned that we need to be faithful to God and to others. Sometimes when people want to be faithful, they say they're going to stick with it, they're going to stick with something. So now we're going to think of different ways we can be faithful to God, and then we're going to choose one to stick with it. So I've written some different ways down on some lollipop sticks here, and Jen's going to choose them and go through them.
Let's have a look. So one way we can be faithful is to love God. That's a good one. Or we could worship God. That's another really good one. We could serve God. We could pray to God. Or we could read the Bible. So, will you choose one of these ways to stick to being faithful with God this week? Choose a way and stick with it. I think this week I'm going to try and stick to reading the Bible. Which one might you do, Ruth?
I think I might try and stick to praying to God. Try and do that more this week.
That'd be really good. Perhaps you could save a lolly stick this week and use it to write one, or use a sticky post-it note. If possible, put your choice somewhere where you can see it every day to remind you to stick with it, to keep you being faithful. We're going to finish with a prayer. Okay, let's pray. Dear God, please help us to stick with you and be faithful to you. Help us become more like Jesus every day. Amen. We hope you have a go at sticking with these, and we'll see you next week in Sunday school. Take care. Bye.